just so happy to be back running out on the trails, doing my first ever event. Let's hope I'm still this happy in about another 38k, 2k down. Time to get to it. It's not exactly been a straightforward route to this start line. 10 months ago, I gave birth to baby Magnus by emergency C-section, and just as I was getting fit again, I broke my collarbone. But I love a challenge, and I am someone who always needs a goal.
I'm stood on the start line of the Arc of Attrition, 1,000 metres of elevation spread over 40 kilometres of a rugged southwest coast path awaits me. I'll be running through the picturesque town of St Ives before crossing a long stretch of sand dunes with stunning views of the beach. And at 21 kilometres, that's where the elevation really kicks in before one push to the finish line in Porthtowan.
At least I'm not the only one walking up this hill.
Okay, I have literally today, this moment, just pressed enter for the Arc of Attrition. And it's 12 weeks until the event, which is very scary. Now, back in the summer, I obviously got fit from very little base, and I used something called the Runna app, which you might have seen on the channel. This time, however, I am going back to the app with the hope that it can do more than guidance, that it can maybe wave a magic wand. So I'm going to, in just a moment, enter all my details. It's got the Arc of Attrition as an actual race on there, so it knows the elevation, it knows the exact distance and everything, so it can kind of plan my training accordingly. Enter all these details and see what it comes up with a 12-week plan, and do my best to follow it. And we'll see, yeah, where we get.
Completed the first week, but definitely realised I was being way too ambitious. For some silly reason, I thought that coming off zero running for 5 weeks, and obviously not much more before that I could go straight into doing 5 times a week. And it's just what I told the app, and I soon realised that that's probably very silly. I cannot do 5 times a week. My legs are not ready for that. I don't have my usual background conditioning. And I have added in, to make up for that, some strength and Pilates and mobility. But yeah, we're into it now, underway, no going back. One effort done, and I already feel better about life. And actually, the pace is starting to come. Sometimes now, when I do a hard session like this, I then almost appreciate a long run, knowing it's just steady, and it's also hopefully going to help me get fit in the very short space of time that we have. Anyway, that's my hoping. One more rep to go.
Some runs have been harder than others. I've tried to embrace the tough terrain and the bad weather, as I know obviously I can't control what's going to happen on race day, but I'm starting to feel confident in running again, and I'm starting to look forward to the race, which, yeah, is encouraging.
2, 1, away you go! Away you go! Well done, everybody! Oh, I'm just so happy to be back running out on the trails, doing my first ever event. Loving life, loving the trails and the views. It was just like quite a long flat bit, and as a result, I just found myself running a bit quicker, maybe a bit quicker than I should. Hey, so I'm going to take a gel. You need to witness this. I'm not good at gels. Well done, amazing. So I feel quite bad because they are doing the 100 miler, which is insane, and I'm doing 25 miles, a quarter of what they're doing. I can't get my head around that. I can hear Nina. That heavy sand is hard work, but yeah, I'm good. I'm going to keep going. Amazing running. I think that's another one of the top men in the 100k. the Arc flying past me as I was standing still. And I'm still trudging on. But it is stunning through these dunes. The undulation's kind of quite nice, I think. Might not say that in a few k's time, but just so pretty. Oh, hey Sam! Get Sam! Woo! I've just ticked over 20k, so just past the halfway mark, which means that the first aid station can't be too far away, which is probably good timing and a good reminder to me to eat something. Now I do have a bit of a stitch, and I don't know if that's because I'm hungry. It's kind of sort of listen to my body, monitor that one. I might slow down to the aid station. Forget how good an orange is. I'm not sure it's fuel I'm supposed to have, but probably means I'm thirsty. Okay, my salt intake. Kind of don't want to go back out. I'm just going to start running again. I'm quite enjoying having a little break.
I would be really rude.
It's funny how quickly it can change, isn't it? I've just come out of the aid station and I went in kind of feeling fine, and I've come out feeling absolutely flat, like I just want to sit down. I'm having a complete low point and I'm only 23k in, so suddenly everything's sort of shut down, and I don't know why. I'm trying to work out if maybe I was too excited and I went too fast at the start. Oh, this stitch keeps coming back. In some ways, having 12 weeks of train seems like nothing, and then I flip it around and I'm like, oh, 12 weeks of being pregnant each trimester felt like forever. And I'm like, oh, my body's done it before, surely I can do it. I've got this in 12 weeks. And then I flip it around and I'm like, oh my God, this isn't possible. Right now, having one of those kind of moments. Hey.
And unfortunately, that feeling didn't stop. As I got closer to the 30-kilometre mark, it dawned on me that in just a few moments, I'll be venturing into the unknown, as I'd be running the furthest I have done in at least a couple of years. But all I could do was keep moving forwards and hope that the last few weeks of training has prepared me for what's to come.
It's in the bag. That is the longest run of the programme. I have just managed 30k today. I was nervous about it. I went slowly, but I got it done. And I'm going to be spending a lot of this afternoon on this sofa. I'm not going to move far, but slightly worried that does mean it's a completion of week 9. It's only 3 weeks to go, and I don't run any further. I've just got to hope that somehow on race day, these legs can get me another 10k further. But yeah, right now I'm feeling kind of relieved, a bit excited, nervous, so many emotions, but ultimately my stomach's overriding them all because I'm hungry. So I'm off to get some food and spend quite a few hours recovering here, I think. See ya.
So you've probably not seen me in any of my training videos running up hills, and that's because I struggle to run up hills, and I definitely struggle to talk when I'm running up those hills, or should I say walking. There's obviously been a lot of emphasis in this programme of hilly long runs. Today is the last one, and I'm very lucky that I live in Bath and we have plenty of hills. So that is today's mission, is to get the final set of hills done. And it's hard to know what hilly is. It's 1,000 metres of elevation in the event, but like I said before, I'm kind of relaxed. I've trusted it. I've done 11 weeks of this programme, 1 week to go, and obviously the last week is just about relaxing, keeping my legs moving and trusting it, which is not my forte. I must admit the plan has kind of been, just felt like about right. I mean, I'll tell you at the end of Saturday's event if it's got me fit enough, but I'm feeling more relaxed than I thought I would at this point. We're just gonna have to wait and see now. just aches. It's weird. It's like, I felt like this when I finished an ultra in the past. It's like my hips ache, my back aches. It's really weird. I'm all just confused. I'm like, why is my body not playing ball? It's being naughty. And I want to get across, but I can't because I'm expecting a lot from it. But hey, and I just keep plodding on. Here we go, back into the sunshine. These are big steps, even if I am small. Top of the hill, which means I have to try and run, and I just don't want to. It hurts, but I know that if I walk all the way, it'll be dark by the time I finish, and I really would like to finish in the daylight, so I'm going to waddle on. I just went down like a sack of potatoes on the trail back there, and my biggest fear fell on my right side. I went on this shoulder. So I've tested the collarbone plate. Titanium plate is held because it doesn't hurt. I was really worried because that's, I can't remember how many months, but I was breaking it. I was like, no. But anyway, in that same time, Elsie Davies ran past, who's the leading woman of the 100k, which was quite cool to see, a local woman. And she also walked up this hill. Yes, I know she's doing double distance, but it made me feel better. My collarbone, taking a tumble. Oh no! Oh, it's like a sack of potatoes. At this point, it's just about ticking away, ticking off the Ks, one after the other, and not really worrying how long it takes for each one. Because as long as you're moving forwards, you know the next one will come. Oh, talking of which, there's another very slow kilometre ticked off. Yeah, it's just, I feel like I have to not really think too much about it now, of how far I've got to go. Just know that if I'm running or I'm walking, I'm getting closer to that finish line, and it will get there. I will arrive. So I keep telling myself. I mean, I know everyone said this last section was the punchy part, and that a lot of the elevation was in it. They were not lying. Okay, yes, I'm holding it together, but this is mean, very mean. Everyone's very quietly walking up this hill. It's a bit of a morbid march, to be honest. This is the last drudge uphill. Mostly it's not those steps, but I didn't know half know how to finish you off. And it's funny, I so remember this time last year, waddling along, shuffling along, and everything hurt and ached. I'm kind of back there. I'm not pregnant. I've just almost ran an ultra on trails, and yeah, has a similar effect. I'm just hoping that these side effects subside at the end of this race. They said it was like the hardest part of the course, the last bit, and they weren't lying. That last hill was hideous. I was kind of hoping that maybe we'd cut across, but when I saw the last hill, I was like, oh god, one more. It was just a killer, but like everyone was just plodding with their head down. And then you get to the top again, and you're like, oh, amazing views, and trot along. Although, annoyingly, I just couldn't get rid of that stitch since the last checkpoint, the last 15k really. It like moved from one side to the other, and it's just been so just annoying. So the last 10k has been slow, but it's the first time I've run 40k in a very long time. And I mean, I say run, I use that term lightly, but I made it.
I always thought I was going to make it, I just didn't know how long I was going to do. And I made it before dark, which was what I wanted to do. And I'm proud I finished. Yeah, and it's good to be back filming on GTN, and it's good to be back running. I say running, I mean, hopefully I'll be running properly soon. So yeah, I'm just really happy that I'm back and I did it. And that's it for a little while. I'm going on holiday. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video and maybe you've learned something about the Arc and maybe you feel inspired. But remember, when you're sitting on your sofa, it's easy to press enter, harder to get to the finish line.